What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you watched my video last week, you'd know that I just got back doing a long 6-day trip to KL and then to Auckland. So I finally got home, walked into the apartment, and I realized this place is a mess. So I've got loads of chores to do. First up, I'm gonna start with some washing. And now on to ironing some clothes. And finally, to finish, we're gonna change the bed sheets. Now that the chores are done, I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment. I've got an allergy to something. I've had 2 blood tests done. The results are in. So let's go see what the doctor has to say. And the results are out. So just finished up at the clinic now. And the doctor told me about my allergy results, or my allergy test results. So I am officially allergic to seafood or shelled fish. Fish is normal, that is fine, but shellfish, which isn't a big deal because I don't really like shellfish. I never did, so I'm not missing out on that. I'm allergic to dust. I always knew I was allergic to dust. I suffer really badly actually with my dust allergies. I'm allergic to cats. That's the worst one. I actually have an issue with my breathing with cats. And then I'm allergic to cow's milk. Not an issue because I stopped drinking milk just before quarantine. I'm allergic to soybean. Again, not such an issue. And that's a very mild allergy. But the biggest one, well, not the biggest allergy, but the biggest regret possibly, is that I'm allergic, mildly allergic. No, sorry, wait. Moderately allergic to wheat. I mean, I know there is wheat-free things, but I eat so much stuff with wheat in it. It makes sense why I'm getting these rashes. Like I get these rashes on my legs all the time. And man, I gotta change a lot of things if I'm not supposed to be eating wheat. So basically, the doctor said, let's give it 2 months, try to slow down on these things, and we will test it out again after that, or retest it, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, I don't know how you guys do it. If you have any advice, let me know. Jeez, I just realized that if I can't have milk, then I can't have ice cream and yogurt and stuff. Oh, but not everything's made with cow's milk nowadays, is it? It's cow's milk, by the way, very specific. But yeah, finished now here. Let's go home. Guys, we're going to start with the next segment of the video. I think the main reason why most of you are here. As you can see, I'm ripping my Liverpool jersey because today is the start of the Premier League season. Liverpool are playing Leeds, so I've got to represent and wear my jersey. Comment down below who your favorite team is. And please, save your comments if you're going to say something stupid like Manchester United. But let's get it. I'm going to talk, title of the video, about 5 things that I think are important or relevant and I wish I knew before becoming a cabin crew. So number 1, the first thing I think I wish I knew was how difficult it was going to be. Forget the fact of moving to a new country, new surroundings, new environment, new people, new cultures. But just being in the aviation industry was very difficult because it was a whole lot of new territory for me. I know a lot of you go to or have been or planning on going to these schools where they actually teach you about being a flight attendant, a cabin crew, and certain things about the industry. Obviously not related to one specific airline, but just in general. And I'll never say not to go there. It's not necessary, but it would have been helpful because you would have just made things easier for yourself when you did come to Emirates. Because I remember how the classroom situation, running between classes, going here, going there, practical exams, theory exams, the mock-ups, all the equipment, it was all brand new, unfamiliar for me. So maybe if you did go to these type of schools where you learnt about it, it would have given you a bit of a heads up. So that would have definitely helped. I think I would, like I said, I would never say you have to do it. Even if you check on the Emirates website, it is not a prerequisite to attend those type of schools, but it would be more. It would help you a little bit more. My advice for that is, or my advice going forward with everything being so difficult, is just remember that it's not just difficult for you, it's difficult for everybody, because a lot of people, it's also a brand new industry that they're joining. So if you do find people that are positive or that can share some knowledge with you or give you the right advice, stick to them, ask them questions. Hopefully they'll be as helpful as the people that helped me out. As a cabin crew, the job means that you have to work shifts. The problem is, it is random, very unscheduled, unknown. It's a lot of standbys, a lot of last minute changes. And I didn't realize that in 13 years, I would probably only be with my family for one Christmas, 2 New Years. I don't know how many birthdays I've missed, family gatherings I've missed, Diwalis I've missed. I mean, I've tried to be with them, but it's just sometimes impossible. So that was one thing that I was not ready for. And especially if you are a very family orientated person, we would all love to be with our families and our loved ones, but sometimes it's really, really difficult. And my first birthday was when I joined Emirates, was my first month of joining Emirates. And I had been with my twin brother for 21 years. And all of a sudden I was by myself. I mean, I was with my new family, being my initial joining group, which they made it nice, but I didn't realize. I was like, oh, this sucks, because you're always with your family and now all of a sudden you're not, and you want to be, and it's just going to be a lot of video calls. So I never realized how difficult that was going to be, but it's just part of the job. Even being in a relationship, I mean, I'm married, we have made it work because we've been together for a long time and we know how each other operates, but I'm going on a flight and she's landing back into Dubai, or she's going on a flight and I'm landing back into Dubai. Our days off never match. Our rosters are always clashing. She wants to sleep, I want to be awake. I want to sleep, she wants to be awake. So who would have ever thought that being in a relationship would have been so difficult, having a partner would be so difficult, or wanting to just spend time with your family? Definitely gives you something to think about. Growing up, occasionally, as we all do, get a cold, get sick, not feel well, but nothing prepares you for the amount of times you could possibly get sick whilst being a flight attendant. Because just think about it, math, averages, the amount of people that you surround yourself with on an airplane, 300, 400 people at a time every other day. Chances are someone is sick, you will get sick. Those things are contagious. Luckily now, during these corona times, we wear so much of protective equipment, like Emirates has been super good with that. But just in general, okay, forget about COVID times, but just in general, there's only so much you can do, and you can try only so hard to not get sick. You can take your vitamin C's and your energy drinks that are gonna help, your immune boosters, your herbal stuff. I've tried it all, and eventually I did get sick. Number 4 is the most interesting one, or the funniest one, because I think it's all about our eating habits. And so you're on a flight. Now your main objective on the flight is to get from A to B. But with customers being on board, you've got to take care of them. So service comes first. So 5-hour flight, you're going to be working. Sometimes you're working non-stop. It's busy, busy, busy. So you don't have time to eat. You have like 4 or 5 cups of coffee. And in between that, you're having a bite of this, a bite of that, whenever you do have a second. And 5 minutes before you have to land, you're just shoving your face with whatever's available. Just because you're starving, you haven't eaten, you want to eat, you need to eat. Then you think you're going to go into that destination. Okay, I'm going to Rome and I'm going to have pizza and I'm going to have wine and then I'm going to have gelato. But you're too tired and you can't do that. And then you end up stuck in your room, ordering room service at 3 o'clock in the morning, like I did on my last video, if you haven't watched it, being in Auckland, ordering pizza. I mean, that was the goal, but sometimes it's not what you actually want. And then, with regards to your eating habits, we've all gone through these fad diets as well, thinking that, okay, no, because my eating habits are so screwed up, because I'm eating at the wrong times, I'm eating the wrong things, let me try and lose weight or get into shape, and nothing works for you. Who would have known how complicated it is when it's just supposed to be food? Everything is supposed to be structured. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And I would like to say it's easy, but it definitely isn't. And to round up, the 5 things I wish I knew before I became cabin crew is going to be the most important one, save the best for last. And that is about how valuable sleep is. I mean, no matter how much sleep you get before a flight, it's still not going to be enough. You're still going to be tired. If we have a flight that leaves Dubai at 7 in the morning, we're probably up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, trying to get ready, prepared, get to work, briefing, get to the flight, prepare, then only do the customers come on board and just work, work, work. So you'll get very used to sleeping wherever, whenever. Those uncomfortable couches will become very comfortable just because you need it. Your best friend, I think, during these times will be, or should be, blackout curtains. I remember when Priya was buying blackout curtains for our bedroom and I was like, why are you spending so much on curtains? And she says, no, it's blackout curtains, it'll help. Oh man, does that help. No sun, no lights, just you in that bedroom being able to sleep. It's, like I said, valuable because it's so difficult. And, you know, growing up, I would just have a nap. I'd sleep for 5 or 6 hours. I wouldn't bother. There's a reason why they say you need 8 hours of sleep a day, guys. Because once you become a cabin crew, you ain't gonna get it. You sleep, like I said, whenever you have a chance. On a Durban flight, we land back into Dubai at 5 o'clock in the morning. So while the whole airplane is fast asleep, everyone on the airplane is fast asleep, you are wide awake or trying to be wide awake to make sure you're ready for anything. Goes back to the eating habits, and this is why you're having 5-6 cups of coffee per flight. But yeah, I never realized how important sleep would be until you don't have it. So I hope you found my top 5 wish I knew before I became cabin crew tips interesting, and think about it, take it into consideration. The most important thing I'm going to leave you with is being a cabin crew will change your life. For me, for the better. I love my lifestyle. I love what I've done with my life so far. I've enjoyed every minute, and that's thanks to this job. And so will you, as long as you come in with the right frame of mind. I'm going to end now, guys. Going to watch some football. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.